Police officers in Abuja's Maitama district, Lagos, and Port Harcourt, Rivers State, used tear gas to disperse protesters advocating for urgent government action on deteriorating economic conditions, increasing repression, and alleged abuses of the Cybercrime Act by the police. The nationwide protests organized by the Take It Back movement and civil society groups coincided with the National Police Day celebrations at Eagle Square in Abuja. Leadership recalls that the police authorities cautioned against the protests across various states of the Federation, especially the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. The force stressed that April 7th is a day earmarked by the federal government as National Police Day to celebrate the resilience and dedication of Nigeria's police officers and men. They noted that the choice of the same day for protests by the group was pregnant with ulterior motives. As part of the security arrangements for the official event, authorities placed a blockade around the 3-arm zone, where top police officials were expected to attend the ceremony honoring the service of the Nigeria police force. Protesters, including human rights activist and former presidential candidate Omoyele Sowore, carried placards with messages such as "Stop the Repression" and "Let us breathe," aimed at drawing attention to what the organizers described as a growing wave of authoritarianism under the current administration. The national coordinator of the Take It Back movement, Juwan Sanyuolu, who led the mobilization, outlined the key issues fueling the protest, including soaring inflation, nationwide insecurity, and a state of emergency in Rivers State. Although the protest began peacefully, it descended into chaos when police operatives deployed tear gas canisters to disperse the crowd. Protesters were seen fleeing the area, with tensions running high. There were no confirmed reports of injuries or arrests when this report was filed. The National Assembly complex, one of the protesters' intended destinations, remained deserted due to the ongoing legislative recess. Lawmakers are scheduled to resume on April 29th. Despite the disruption, protest leaders insisted that the demonstration was necessary and timely, stressing the urgent need for government action to address rising economic hardship, insecurity, and perceived efforts to silence dissent. Men of the Rivers State Police Command have fired tear gas canisters at protesters who had staged a peaceful protest against bad governance in the country. Under the aegis of the Take It Back movement, the protesters were also protesting the declaration of a state of emergency in Rivers State and the Nigerian police's alleged misuse of the Cybercrime Act. They had accused the police of allegedly using the Cybercrime Act to target the country's activists, journalists, and social media influencers. Leadership observed that trouble started when the policemen stationed their vehicles in front of Isaac Borough Park, Port Harcourt, ordered the protesters to disperse. However, the protesters vehemently refused to leave, insisting that it was their constitutional right to stage a peaceful protest. Speaking to journalists after the incident, Ame King Ame, leader of the Take It Back movement in Rivers State, said they will still gather to ensure Rivers people's voices are heard. Ame said they are staging the protest over the anti-people's policies by the federal government and to reinstall the democratically elected governor of Rivers State.
The reason why we came out is to support the protest. And we are calling on Nigerians because we cannot sit down in our homes and complain. We have to come out and take it back. It is a situation that is worrisome, that a lot of things have gone wrong. Even in the night in Rivers State here, everywhere become dark. There is no longer lightning and there is no longer good living in Rivers State. People are complaining because a democratic system has now been translated into a military dictatorship. And as a result, we must condemn it in its entirety. As I'm talking to you now, a lot of people are outside there waiting for people that will motivate them to come out. And what we want to do here right now is a peaceful demonstration, and we are calling on Rivers men and women to stand up and resist this injustice, this undemocratic system, this unconstitutional declaration of a state of emergency that is worrisome. And as a matter of fact, they are even inviting the military, because the military have started testing democracy and they are feeling it back, which is very, very bad for our country as a nation. It is setting a very dangerous precedent, and as a result, we totally condemn it. We are calling on our people to rise up. The time has come for us to speak out. Even if I cannot do anything, I have the voice to speak out.
We are here today because we have told the Tinubu regime that we will not accept laws that control our fundamental human rights. We express ourselves. Now, the police are aware that we have a march today. They said they have their own program today as well. But we have told them that their programs are not standing in the way of our own march. And we have told them that we are going to the National Assembly. If they like, let them mobilize and join us. In fact, we have told policemen in Nigeria that it is time for the police and the people to work together so that they can improve their own life conditions as well and their working conditions. Nigerian policemen are the worst paid in the world, but they keep killing the same people who are fighting for them. We are not going to accept that anymore. While we are here, Tinubu is busy enjoying himself in France. We are not going to stay back in our country while our president is censoring our rights. And we have told them also that the IGP of police that is leading the program today at Eagle Square is an illegal IGP of police. He must leave after 60 years. You must go! 35 years of being in power. That is the essence of our march today. Nobody can stop an idea. Nobody can stop an idea. As we are having this march today, it's happening in Lagos as well. It's happening in Port Harcourt. And these ones are rehearsals. The time will come when all Nigerians will come out and nobody can stop them.
Ladies and gentlemen, if the Nigerian police continue to oppress peaceful protesters, they are not just silencing voices, they are deepening the wounds of a hurting nation. If the government keeps ignoring the cries of the people, they are turning their backs on the very ones they swore to serve. And if the police keep firing tear gas at our brothers and sisters who march for justice, they are only fueling the fire of resistance. We are not enemies of the state. We are the soul of this nation. When the people are ignored, they will find a louder way to speak. When pain is met with more pain, it will explode. What begins as a cry today may become a storm tomorrow. And no force, no gun, no wall, no silence can hold back a people who have nothing left to lose but their chains. Let us not wait until we bleed before we are heard. Let justice speak now, before history writes a story of regret. Thank you. Do well to subscribe, like, comment, and hit the notification bell for new updates.